All right, peace. It's Bronzebird here with another video. Before I begin, like and subscribe. Thank you. So, you know, I, I just think it's really funny that a lot of people need to pay attention to what's about to happen as the years continue going by. You had the pandemic, we had the food shortages, inflation. We just came out of like one of the worst summers when it comes to heat waves. Subsequently for 12 to 14 days. You know what I mean? Yeah, this year was really bad, but that's not the point of this video. I wanted to show you something that you should be aware of that's going to be common on an everyday menu when it turns to coming to food, because a lot of people don't even know that behind closed doors, they're trying to make this whole entire thing real. First, we started off with the plant-based meats. A lot of people ate that up and still eating that up. People are trying to shame eating meat as a way of saying it's bad for the environment. We're killing animals and all these different things, when killing animals and sacrificing animals is as common as the day is old. You know, um, I just find this funny because now what you're gonna see is you're going to see this. Edible bugs and insects. Are these high protein critters the future of food? Now, the thing about it is, every time they're going to give out the question to see how people is going to react. They're gonna be like, no, why would they do that? Just like a couple of years ago, they was probably like, who would eat meat that's made in a laboratory or a lab? Now, every day you're getting stuff like impossible meats and all these different things that's being built in the lab because it tastes good and stuff like that. You can see the critters and stuff like that. You can see all the other stuff and be like, oh, that's delicious. And it doesn't, we're not harming the planet, we're not harming the animals. PETA's gonna be the big cheerleader, all these different things, you know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to give my thoughts and process on this. And this is something that you guys should look out for, because this is going to be something they're going to put on the menu relatively soon. And people is not going to react to it because, I mean, in different countries of the world, they eat bugs like it's nothing. But, the Western world is like, no, we don't do that. We're not the same. So I just want you to check this out. Shout outs to Krista. Think eating bugs is gross? Think again. A new generation of chefs, farmers, sustainability experts, and adventure eaters is embracing anto entomophagy, whatever that says, insect eating. Fitness enthusiasts might be the next group to jump on the buggy bandwagon. Krista Scott Dixon explains why. Now, before I begin, I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all that's in America remember that show, with that bald guy that used to go around the country. Oh, Bizarre Foods with Andrew Zimmer. I know a lot of y'all remember that show. And he used to go around the world and eat all these random foods and stuff like that. It included bugs, animal testicles, and all this other stuff. But like now, switch that to being a normal thing in America, or whatever country you come from in the Western world, as that being common. You know what I'm saying? Like this, yo, this shit is crazy. Mm. Banana bread with coconut icing. Looks delicious, doesn't it? And it is. And guess what? It's made with cricket flour. Want the recipe? Just scroll down to the bottom of this article. Okay, get that. Girl meets bug. A jewel tone caterpillar nestles into my palm. His, hers, its little feet like tiny whiskers poke my skin. I pet the peristaltic turquoise tube in my hand. It has teeny figure eight markings along its tummy, its baby bottom soft. Not what I expected. I munch on a toasted worm. It's like a pork rind. Then I popped a chocolate coated cricket. This is too tasty to be healthy. Not what I expected either. In fact, as you can see from the banana bread photo above, not what you'd expected. Could almost be the tagline for eating insects, but it's just not as gross as you think it might be. Now, this is the thing. A lot of the times, what they probably will do in a lot of these franchises is that they're going to, say, try this out, try this new product, try our new foods, try this, try that. And you'll eat it. You'd be like, oh, this tastes delicious. This is so good. And you'd be like, that was made out of cricket flour. and you'll spit out and you'll be like, I can't believe I just ate that. See, the wow factor will come in before they honestly tell you this is the new foods, this is the new hotness, this is how we're going to market it. Because it's all about trying to get people into the idea psychologically to play with your mind. Beyond the factor, ask most North Americans how they feel about eating bugs, and you'll get one response: yuck. We Western Anglos like our protein neatly packaged. Something plastic, no yucky stuff, nothing that implies this protein came from an actual body. Well, if you're only if you're talking about common things like the cow, the chicken, the pig, beef, chicken, turkey, pork, all these different things. We prefer pallid chicken breasts to musky, iron scented livers and hearts. We prefer burgers and neatly trimmed steaks to tendons and stomachs. We feel virtuous about dessert flavored protein powder or bars. We make egg white omelets from a carton, eggs that come from a chicken's butt, gross. And oh, how we love our nuggets and hot dogs, yet worldwide we're the weirdos. Go to a market in sub-Saharan Africa or Southeast Asia, and edible insects will be as common as pretzels in New York City. Considering that insects first appeared around 400 million years ago, which means around 398 million years before modern humans, give or take a few million years, and that of a known 950,000 or so bug species out there, humans eat nearly 2,000 types of them. Anthropomorphagy, I can't pronounce that word for nothing, from the Greek antomon or insect phagene, or to eat, isn't exactly a novelty, but still, ugh. So how do you how do you get squirmish eaters to buy in? Simple, by showing how bugs are nutritious and delicious. And that's going to be a common ploy, right? Because the thing about it is, it's all about taste. They're going to be able to market this and just be like, yeah, we know it comes from this, but think about it this way. Well, you eat bee, don't you? Don't you eat honey? Don't you consume honey? Well, I know it's from an insect, but this is different. You know what I'm saying? They're going to try all these different things, bro. And if you really pay attention, a lot of the foods that we consume come from some type of insect. They use it for coloring, they use it for all these different things, and then disguise it as chemicals and all this other stuff. So something we watch out for. But of course, now they're moving on to the next phase. The first phase was the covert stage where they crush the bugs up and then they use the coloring in it. You know what I'm saying, to go ahead and put it in your favorite drinks and foods. But now they're just like, hey, have this that's actually made with the bugs as the main ingredient now. Insect nutrition, lean protein. Health conscious people and athletes are always hunting for it, scanning menus, dumping powder into shakes, reading labels. What if there were a convenient, shelf stable, portable source of protein that was still real food? Well, you've got jerky, canned tuna, and not much else. Jared Golden, along with his brothers Ryan and Darren, wants to change that. They run Next Millennium Farms in Toronto, which I'm visiting. As I let them hawk moth alight on me, Jared hands me a foil bag of mealworms. And, that's something they've always been eating for a while, to experiment with eating these mealworms and stuff like that. So it's not surprising. They're pretty obviously real food. I mean, they look like mealworms, the whole thing. Gamely, I dump out a handful and pop it into my mouth. It's a bit like Rice Krispies, but roastier tasting, delicious. These would be good with some garlic salt. I say, trying not to spit mealworm crumbs as I talk. Yeah, says Jared, you can put them over a salad like croutons instead of your chicken breast. Say you could sprinkle these on top. That shit is disgusting, man. I'm already reaching into the bag again. I can totally imagine chowing through a container of these while watching TV. Except instead of a bag of chips, which would leave me with zero nutrition, arguably negative nutrition for the health it subtracts from my body, a bag of mealworms gives me protein, fiber, fatty acids, and minerals. The average insect is around half protein by dry weight, with some insects such as locusts up to about 75% protein. This means that insects are comparable to other animal protein sources without many of the other nutritional problems of factory farm livestock, such as overuse of antibiotics, hormones, and grain feed. And this is the stuff they always want to mention about nutrition, nutrition, nutrition. It's the same thing they pulled with those laboratory grown meats and all these like substitutions for meats and all these different things out here for people to consume. So what you can expect in probably the next 2 to 3 years, man-made food and insects, just so you can understand that. Cooking with bugs, of course, though you might agree with the superior nutritional qualities, you might also ask the obvious question. How does this stuff taste? In my opinion, damn good. Now, to get to the point, they're going to be just basically talking about this, but I wanted to get to, oh, and they bring up, and they bring up the Bible verses as well. Check this out. I'm going to give you this article in the description so you can read more on this. Check this out. Religious dietary rules and insects. Kosher dietary rules specify which types of insects observant Jews may eat. All flying insects that walk on all fours are to be detestable to you. There are, however, some winged creatures that walk on all fours that you may eat. Those that have jointed legs for hopping on the ground, of these you may eat any kind of locust, katydid, cricket, or grasshopper, but all other winged creatures that have 4 legs you are to distaste. Leviticus chapter 11. There is some debate among Islamic scholars about whether insects are technically halal, allowed, haram, forbidden. According to some writers, a few types of insects may be halal, and insects that find their way into food accidentally, which is bullshit, such as proverbial fly in one's soup, are generally given a pass. However, in general, most insects are considered haram for Muslims. So again, I'm gonna put this article in the description so you guys can check it out. You know, basically the point is that they're trying to make this whole entire argument that bugs is gonna be the new hot thing to eat. You know what I mean? So you could have it with meat that's not harming the planet, aka lab grown meat, and then have insects as a way to, still get that protein and all this other stuff. And them even using the Bible, making a mockery off the Most High, is one of those type of things that they're putting in there to kind of just give off this idea. Well, we know what's okay and what's not okay according to the dietary law of the Most High. Like, I mean, you can't, you can't be serious, man. But just to be aware, this is something they're going to put out here soon. And what you could expect is a lot of these people, what's going to happen first is going to be a marketing campaign, which probably PETA will back up. But then again, they probably won't. That a lot of your favorite franchises or small businesses will take it up a notch by, offering a food test, these new products and all this other stuff, and then say, the mystery ingredient is such and such. What did you just eat? What did I just eat? What is it? And then they'll finally tell you, oh, it's bug meat and all this other stuff. And you'll be like, this is disgusting, but it tastes good. It plays with your conscience. You know that it tastes bad, but at the same, that it's not good to you because there's bugs, but it tastes good, so you want more of it. And you'll start to become numb to it. And that's what they're hoping. So give your thoughts in the comment section. Peace.